Hey, hey, welcome to episode 6 of Maybe It's Me. I hope this retrograde is treating you all well because it's definitely doing a number on me, but it's nothing that a bad mama jamma like me can't handle. Anywho, this week has been odd, but it's expected. The best news I have ever heard is that fall is approaching, and you all know what that means. Chai latte season is right around the corner. Like, oh my fucking God. I feel like that's the only time my heart yearns and jumps for joy. To taste a chai latte with oat milk and pumpkin cream cold foam. Oh my God. Whew. Just started getting wet thinking about that. I'm so sorry. Oh, let me tell you guys how I first met the love of my life. Okay, so it was September 2022, and I was working at Five Guys and living life on easy mode when I was met with two lovely angels. The two angels' names were Catherine and Kimberly. They were Hispanic, just so kind, sweet, and lovely. Like, I talked to Catherine today, and she told me that she's doing well. Just my heart. Back to the story. I would often be around them, and whenever we worked together, I would be at their hip just because. Why not? I knew I was in their good graces when they invited me to their secret society of Starbucks during our break one day. So I was apprehensive and nervous as I've tried Starbucks a few times in life when I was taking dual enrollment at Georgia State University. But the popular drink at the time was the pink drink, which I tried and it was fucking gross. I just remember being so overstimulated by the drink options on the menu, and I'm not a fan of coffee, so I felt defeated. I think Kat said I should get a chai latte, and she bought me one to try. I vividly remember that period of my life because Bad Habit by Steve Lacy constantly repeated during our Starbucks run. And I wasn't complaining. They actually put me on to him, so thank you too. The first time I've tried a chai latte was September 16th. And I know this because I took a picture because it was just that good. After that, it was wraps. I was getting it on average maybe 5 times a week. My boyfriend at the time would get jealous because I was under them, but they were a breath of fresh air. If you met them, trust me, you will understand. Just imagine listening to Steve Lacy drinking an iced chai tea latte with pumpkin cream cold foam, venting about life and boys, and being late on your break. That's what life is all about. So, I shout out them for blessing me with chai. I wish I could repay them, but sadly, it's too big of a blessing that they put on me. I already knew what I would discuss on this episode because my last episode was just so negative. And being negative isn't demure. I have to remember why I was here in the first place and why I was invited. So I just want to apologize. I'm so sorry about that. The funny thing is how love stories present themselves to me in real life. To give a glimpse, I talked to a coworker earlier this week, and I'm very awkward when it comes to initiating conversation. And I found out that she's a Leo rising, just like me. And I could just tell because she just gives. She's very put together, so I give her her tens. We chatted about very surface level things until we discussed dating. I told her that I'm so terrified of men that I stay in my bubble until I'm approached. And even then, I just can't. She prayed for me and my generation because dating culture has drastically changed. She even knew about the dating apps on there, and I was gagged. Imagine somebody telling you about Hinge, Tinder, and even what? Ma'am, what do you know about this? Oh my god. She said she's glad she found her husband because she would drive herself insane if she was single. So I asked her, how did she find her husband? And oh my god, I just have to share it. I'm sorry. So she told me that she had moved to New York after being in a toxic relationship for 8 years in Chicago due to them sharing everything from friends, family, restaurants, hangout spots, you name it. She first met her husband at a work event and didn't consider liking him since he lived far away. Italy. Yeah, that's Italy is crazy. But they talked casually until he eventually asked her to have drinks. And she was confused because they've never been anywhere just with them two. After that, she told me it was history. They started to date, but they were long distance for 2 years. After 2 years, they grew tired of it, and my coworker's husband eventually asked her if she wanted to live in Barcelona with him. I think they lived in Barcelona for 5 years until they decided to return to the States and eventually have their daughter. It sounds generic when I say it, but if you were listening to the way she was talking, you could just feel the love, and that was just so beautiful to me. We talked about how everything is so discardable now in this generation, and social media doesn't make it any better. People feel like they don't have to have love or build something vital because there seem to be so many display options. Nobody wants to deal with any imperfection or struggle. If so, they are blocked and on to the next. I told her I talked about something like that in my blog where we must bring back real lovers. And she agreed. She voiced the written letters, and I voiced the guys coming to your house with boom boxes. I was thinking of the word then, but it did not want to come up, so I simplified it into courting, but I just love the act of chivalry. With those two stories, I hope I gave an excellent introduction to what this episode will encounter. A complete 180 of the last one. I will discuss everything that makes my heart patter and what I think will be cherished in my heaven. This will be freestyle, so please put the pitchforks and the torches down. So sit back, grab your pen and paper as you listen to what a real lover yearns for. All right, the first thing I wrote is love. As a real lover, you have to love love. I just love everything about love. Love can make the coldest, miserable, despicable, mischievous, evil person you know and turn them into something magical, fruitful. So you just have to love love. I love everything about it. Love songs, love poems, love movies, anything. I just love a good cliche love story. I recently thought that I feel like I would be truly content in my dating life if I was to meet a poet. If I had a poet on my roster, I wouldn't even have a roster. If a man could tell me how he feel about me that invokes emotion, oh baby, just go ahead and retire. I will retire my jersey right then and there. You don't even have to worry about me, baby. Like I'm locked and secure. Oh my god, it's just something about a love poem, especially one that is very detailed and descriptive. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it is me. Maybe it is me. But I love love. And I've always been like that since I was a little kid. The second thing I wrote is music. I love music. Music drives me into the person I am today. If I didn't have music, I probably would be going crazy. I probably would be insane, cussing any and everybody out at my pure convenience because I need something. I need something to help articulate the words that are in my head that I can't express into words. And even if I could express it, I don't think it would be good for me to express the thoughts that are in my head whenever I feel away. And it helps me with all range of emotions from happy all the way to depressed, all the way to anger. In between, it does not matter. I just love music. Music, I don't know, whoever invented music, I have something special for you. I have something special waiting for you. Just come to the light, tell me you invented it. And I have to do what I have to do. I'm so sorry. Please don't draw any conclusions as to what you think I'm going to do. That's between me and them. Thank you. All right. The third thing I have is writing. So, writing has always been a love hate thing for me because writing to me is in similarity with school and I hate school. I hate doing homework, I hate doing projects. I don't know. It's just something about writing. I think it's because I hate writing when it's something that I'm not passionate about. And with school, I'm not passionate about it. So it made me hate writing. But as I'm out of school, I realized that writing is actually therapeutic for me and it helps me sort my feelings out. It helps me articulate my thoughts more. I'm more of a writer than I am a talker. I could talk, don't get me wrong, I can talk. But with writing, you don't have to see how somebody you don't have to I don't know, you get what the fuck I'm saying. Basically, I write better than I talk. Writing is my forte. So yeah. All right, the next thing on my list is consideration. Ugh, I just love being thought of, being considered. It's such a top thing for me. So hearing, oh, I got you this because I thought of you, or hey, just checking on you. I seen this and I thought of you. Anything of that nature just makes my heart just jump out of my body, do the jerk, and then jump right back in because it's nothing like being thought of and considered when you don't even think you're being considered or thought of in the first place. So, consideration, that's one of the things I love, 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 love. Yeah, I don't have much more to say on that, but being considered, love that. The next thing is Frank Ocean. Listen here, Frank Ocean, it's just something about him. Ever since I've heard Love Crimes when I was younger, it's like me and him. I don't know. I just feel like if me and him were in the same room, in a room full of people, me and him would instantly know each other. It's like our vibes would connect, and as soon as he look at me, it would be I would change him. Like I can change him, even though he's attracted to white men. He hasn't met me yet. That's the thing. He hasn't met me yet. So I feel like the universe know. Yeah, I feel like the universe knows that, and that's why we haven't met each other because if we were to meet, we would be together. It's just his songwriting, production, songs, everything about him. Like, his brain needs to be evaluated. As soon as he died, it needs to be taken out of his skull. It needs to be examined in museums because that brain there is something interesting. And I recently found out that we're both Capricorn moons, and it's just like I know him. I know this man. I know him. Oh my god, that is my man. That's who I love. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Kill me. I was just playing. Don't kill me. Anywho, next thing, my identity is it's weird. Like that's the word I can think of at the top of my head. It's like I have a love hate relationship with my identity too. Like I hate how I am sometimes, but I don't. When people come up to me and they give me compliments regarding my personality or my identity, I even see myself rubbing off on people. It don't matter if I knew them from a short time or if I knew them from a long time. It's I just love that. Like I love having an imprint on people. So that's the part that I love. Like I just love my identity. I love that I'm just so one of a kind, very out the box. Just you never seen me before. Like you it's a billion other people in this world and I'm just so I don't know, I'm just so T. So T, so cunty. Body T, face T, personality T. I mean, just T. Name start with T. I'm T. I'm like, fuck. Okay, but for real though, like I just love my identity. That's it. That's all. Next thing on the list is astrology. I love astrology, and maybe I just love taboo things, and astrology falls under taboo things. I just love astrology because it answers those questions that you always ask, like, why are you like that? Oh, is you cool? Like, it answers those questions for you. And I know there's people that be like, oh, people who believe in astrology, they don't have no sense of thoughts behind them. And I get that. I get that. When you put astrology as your main type of judgment regarding people, okay, I can agree with that. But let's not act like we can't use that as evidence. You know what I'm saying? Never mind. I'm not even going to throw a sign out there because is Mercury retrograde, and I don't want anybody to feel hit. So you fill in the blanks for what signs act the way they act. You know what? How about this? I'll throw myself out there. Like, why are Pisces men gay? Like, name a Pisces man that is straight. You can't. Oh, okay. Anywho, um, next thing is editing. I've always loved editing, whether it was editing something small, whether it was for a school project, editing a PowerPoint. I gets down. When it came to doing anything regarding graphic design, oh, best believe I put my best foot forward. The words on the PowerPoint could be shit. It could be lackluster as hell, but trust those transitions, the color palettes, the way the presentation looked, I bet you will be amazed. Like the words wouldn't even matter because I just didn't play. I never played. I never played when it came to graphic design. It was to the point where I used to edit for fun, but something about me doing things when it comes to work, I just don't like working. So when it came to me editing and it felt like work, I immediately cut it off. When I started doing it for a business, I got so turned off. I didn't even feel inspired to do anything or continue working on my craft regarding editing. So it was at a point where I wasn't editing at all. But with this brand, maybe it's me, I found myself editing kind of unconsciously, like making my logo, making the reels, making the thumbnails, the cover art, everything. I edit in my sleep. So it's just like I just can't help but to love editing because I'm always doing it whether I'm aware of it or not. So, yeah, next thing that I love, having a good conversation. Oh my God. Somebody that's a good conversationalist. Oh my God. That gets me wet. That gets me wet. That gets me soaking wet. Like, oh my God. Let me tell you. It's just something about a good conversation, and we're both jumping off ideas from each other, and the conversation's not dying. That's what makes life better. Oh, and don't get me started when you're finding out about that person and they're telling you their personal things and you're telling them your personal things. Both of y'all are sharing details about each other and it's just flowing smoothly. Like it's nothing forcing it. That's one of the best things ever. Let me wake up. Anywho, next thing, reflecting. One thing about me, I can reflect. I'm always somewhere reflecting. Whether it's reflecting about something from yesterday, an hour ago, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, I'm always reflecting on what I did, what happened, what lesson can I take from it, what didn't I realize when it first happened. I'm always somewhere reflecting. My Yeah, my brain is on autopilot. It's thinking about any and everything. I have 1,000 thoughts running every second. Like even right now, I don't know what the fuck I'm thinking, but I just know I'm thinking about some shit when I stop talking. So yeah, I love reflecting. It's who I am. I can't help it. Goddamn it. Um, Next thing on the list is hearing another person's train of thought. I just love hearing how other people think and how other people operate. I just love visualizing myself going through somebody's brain, like my whole body just swimming and like ripping open somebody's brain and seeing all the thoughts. I don't know, I just love that. And I definitely love picking somebody's brain. Next thing is finding out shit without even looking for it. It's going to come to me naturally. And that's what I love. I love when I can find out shit and I don't have to look for it. Because one thing about me, I'm going to find out whatever I need to find out. Whether I look for it, whether I don't look for it, it's going to come to me whether it's today, tomorrow, next week, next month. I'm just going to find out. And I love that. I love finding out shit. I'm always in the known. I'm always in the known. I was never not in the unknown. I was always in the known. Even when I popped out my mom's, yeah, I was always in the known. I knew everything about the life. I knew everything about the world. I knew everything from that moment. So finding out shit, I love that. The last and final thing is nature. You could be having a depressed ass life. Life could be beating your ass. Life could be beating your ass. Boyfriend could be beating your ass. Friends could be beating your ass. Everybody could just be beating your ass and don't give a fuck. But you could just look at the clouds, the sky, everything above, and just realize, damn, this is real. This is life. This is real life that we're talking about. Like, you ever just look at the clouds and just realize how beautiful they are? I looked up at the clouds and I seen a heart. Like, isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? And at my job, there's pink trees, and just walking by it, it just gives you a sense of peace, relaxation. It just instills and brings back hope into you. And even seeing animals, like looking at, I think a deer came to the job one time, and I mean, I don't really like animals that can cause harm to me, but when it was when it was afar, I was like, life is beautiful. You just see the deers, you see deers, rabbits, cute ass dogs, cats, fishes, turtles. Oh my god, like just life is just so beautiful sometimes. Even though the people in it is shit and evil and all things above, besides that, life is beautiful and you just have to really pay attention and it'll make you realize and give you a whole new perspective on life. So I can't help but to love nature on that part. That's all I have to say. I hope you enjoyed my little rant on all the things I love. I hope you all enjoyed. I'm probably going to post this before Love Island reunion. But yeah, I hope you all have a good week and I'll see you again later.